Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Hi traders, let's look at indices. Thanks for joining me in this analysis. We are going to cover SnP500, Dow Jones, which is US30. We are going to look at NASDAQ and FTSE100, which is UK 100 as well. And if you are interested in watching DXY, dollar index, then you should ideally go and check out my other video, which has been posted on YouTube. This week I have analyzed it with forex pairs, so go and check it out there. What we are going to do is, however, look at DXY very briefly. So if I go to the DXY, we can see that market is still going downwards a little bit, and it can it has little possibilities that it can shoot back up, but there are few bearish opportunities as well. So if I bring in original analysis, okay, so these are the levels that we are looking at. We're going to look at all these levels. These are present in my full-blown DXY analysis. You should check it out. But for now, we are thinking that the market may actually start to go back down, because it has come back into FCP zone and it is being rejected from there. Although there is an M pattern developing which can bring it down to 92.412, near about that level, or even lower than that, somewhere in this area. So this is what we have. On the bullish side, it will have to perform a retest of FCP zone before it can start turn into it can turn into a bullish opportunity. So this is what we have on DXY very briefly. Now let's look at SnP500. Okay, on SnP500, if I go to the monthly time frame, what you will see that the market created this V structure, but trust me, there is no V structure, it's always a W structure. So if you go to the lower time frame, you will be able to notice that there is a W pattern, and that has actually finished there. And in my previous analysis weeks ago, I was able to identify that, and we were able to take short positions on SnP500 here as well. And then we took another short position. So there have been a few iterations, and SnP500 has been very predictable around this area, because it has completed that pattern that we could identify. Now going back to my the thing that I was saying, that everything is a W pattern. So this is a W pattern that we have, and this actually finished right there. So if I bring in original analysis, and if I go to the little lower time frame, what you will notice that we have been looking at this particular FCP zone. Okay, so first of all, we were looking at 3587. Market completed that pattern and started to fall down, and since then we were able to take several short positions. Then we took two long positions going into FCP zone once again, and then we were able to take short position from FCP zone back into 3430. Now last week in my Telegram group, I also mentioned that the market could be going upwards back again a little bit, because we have the mid of the Bollinger Band confluencing very nicely with 3430, which we identified. And besides, there is another point. There is a W pattern which has formed, and the first profit target has actually finished on 3430. So 3430 was actually a support, so as to say, rather than a breakout. This is a fake breakout. Market makers do that all the time, because most of the breakout traders, they are looking for wick going through it. So that's why it was falling down. So what do we expect? We expect market to continue going upwards, or it can just consolidate in here. If I take you to 1 yearly time frame, this is what I've been talking for some time. You see that on 1 year time frame, this is turning into a hammer candle. So if the market starts to go upwards towards the end of this year, even if it does not finish it like a proper hammer, if it finishes right as it is appearing right now, there is a very good chance that it will start to fall down next year. So you have to be very careful. The market has completed a W pattern here, and on higher time frame also there is a candlestick pattern showing up. On lower time frame, if I show you on the weekly, there is a double top pattern which is happening right now, right? So this is not exactly the double top you would think, the market has not actually come back right into the previous high. So if the market actually comes there, then you're looking for the short opportunities. For now, it is kind of struggling. There are two indecision candles right now, so it is kind of struggling. And for now, it is looking bullish, but you'll have to go to the lower time frame to see what is going on. It is being supported by these moving averages, and you see there is possibly another W pattern forming which can bring it back into this sort of high. So that is a possibility, but for that it will have to go through some of these levels. Okay, so these levels are like this. That's a good level. That's an intermediate level actually. It is actually right now bouncing from 3430, but it can actually start moving into 3500 again, and that will put it back into near about the same level as FCP zone here. So first W pattern is right there, which can bring it here, and if that gets broken, then you're looking for somewhere around here as a high. So we'll see how it plays out. So that's what we have on S&P 500. Let's look at one more thing. Okay, yeah, I think there is another level which is right here. Okay, yeah, we already have that. So all of these levels are cyclable, as you can see, the market keeps on respecting them. So if market is moving upwards, it can come into 3472, and there we will decide whether we want to go upwards or we want to go down back into 3430. And if 3430 is broken, then we are looking for near about this level. We need a little bit of readjustment here, but this is the FCP zone which we identified few weeks ago. It is still valid. Okay, so if the market starts to go down, then we are looking for this sort of move, and this is still valid. These arrows are still valid. That's the beauty of this thing, because you can keep on reusing the same stuff, right? You can keep on reusing the same analysis again and again, because the market, once you have found these important levels, market just keeps on respecting them. And by the way, these are not support and resistance level. These are levels which have come from a different kind of analysis technique. If you want to find out more about this, then you should ideally check out my previous analysis of S&P 500 from previous weeks. That should give you a fair amount of idea how I came up with these important levels that we have in the market. And if you're interested in going through the training to find out how I analyze it and how you can trade yourself, how you can build a life skill for yourself, then you can check out the description. This is the training curriculum. There is a lot more involved in this. These are just the major points that are covered in 2 months worth of training. Okay, so this is what we have on S&P 500. What we need to do is we need to go to the water envisage and see how S&P 500 is looking, right? So let's check out S&P 500. Okay, so if I go to the monthly time frame first, I can see that market is still bullish. Okay, this is still bullish. The water curve has not changed the color of it. This is still bullish, and it can take our S&P 500 into 3636.65 level, because that was the previous indication that was given to us. Okay, so that's the maximum that we are near about that level we are looking for if the market keeps on going upwards. And remember, if it keeps on going upwards, it will form a hammer candle on yearly time frame anyway, right? So okay, now on weekly time frame, what we have here is that we are still bullish here. So any sign, any indication which is bullish can also be respected. Previous to that, we had this bearish signal, but obviously the market did not respect that. The reason behind that is because the water curve is still bullish. The overall major trend is still bullish here. That's the main reason. But here you can see there is a divergence playing, and at the same time this is bearish. The color has changed to red. The color has changed to red. We have a sign, and that's why if you were looking for a short trade for a short duration of time, which we did, remember we were able to take short from here, and we were also able to take short from here. So from this FCP zone, if you are looking for a short trade, then you could come here and start to go to the daily time frame, and this is the signal that water provided. Okay, the color changed from blue to red signal, and this is the signal that you got. Okay, now on the long side, the color changed from red to blue, and then this was the approximate profit target from here. So this is that we had. Okay, so if I go to the 4-hour time frame, We are in consolidation at the moment, so it is looking quite messy, but you see the trend has shifted to bearish trend as of now. So you should be favoring more short positions rather than long positions on 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this is what we have on S&P 500. If you are interested to learn more about what I envisage, then you should check out the description of this video. Let's move on to the next one, which is US30 Dow Jones. On Dow Jones, if I show you this and take you to the monthly time frame, it is following what we had on S&P 500, but this one has a little bit more bullish chance to come all the way to 29789. Okay, so that is a possibility. Okay, now if I come back to it, what we see that there is another W pattern. If you're not able to spot it, this is how we have it, and that's why the market was falling down. But so far it hasn't reached its profit target as of yet. It can fall back further down, right, so reach its profit target, similar to what we have on S&P 500. The W pattern has not reached its profit target. That is going to be somewhere around here, around 3000 level or so. Okay, and that will also complete an M pattern here. So US30, same thing happening right now. And if I go to the daily time frame, what I see that it is being supported by this mid of the Bollinger Band, but this is looking more bearish as of now than S&P 500. So there can be a little bit of differences here and there next week, but we'll have to see how it actually forms the next candle, because this is getting squeezed between these two moving averages, and it can actually break out to the upside or to the downside. What we can also do is go to the lower time frame to see what is possible. Now, because US30 and S&P 500 are nearly the same thing, so US30 has bigger companies in there, so in a way US30 is more powerful. But you see, if the US30 is expected to create a W pattern, or S&P 500 is also expected to create a W pattern, they are going to follow almost each other, right? So this is what we also have on US30. If I bring in original analysis and show you that, this is the FCP zone that we still have, and this will continue to be a very good FCP zone because the market has not been able to go through it. So far what we have seen is this. Let me just quickly remove this so that it is looking clearer. These levels are still valid. We can see that market actually reversed from 28050 right here and moved into 28372. So if we get a confirmation to go long, then we'll target 28777, and this is where FCP zone is, and we can expect short position. Last time we were looking for long, and then we are looking for short. All three positions have worked out, and I also pointed out that we could be looking at inverse head and shoulders. So but for that to happen, FCP zone has to be broken, right? The market needs to come above this, and then it can start to go into 29704. So far we do not have any kind of evidence that FCP zone is going to be broken. This is a very strong one. So what we have here is that we'll just follow our arrows and these horizontal levels. If you do not know how to use these horizontal levels, it's basically like this. If the market starts to move upwards, and if you get a confirmation around here, in our methodology we have 5 confirmation techniques. We need at least 2 of them to be present to take long trade from here. If the market starts to move upwards, then we are going to go into 28777 as our profit target. If the market starts to go down, then we are looking for 28050 as our profit target, and similarly if it starts to fall down, then we are looking for 27636 as a profit target. And if the market keeps on going further down, then that will 27161 will confluence nicely with water cluster moving average. So this is what we have. So all of these levels are still valid, right? And this is again a decision point because the market is getting squeezed, but I'm more inclined to see an upward move, and the reason behind that is because we have this W pattern possibly forming up, which can take it back into this FCP zone. Okay, so I'll be looking for a long position here on US30. Let's check it on what I envisage here. So if I open this, and look at US30 and go to the weekly time frame, what I can see that market is still bullish. It turned into a little bearish here, but again it went bullish, and that basically means that any signal, even if it is not exactly 100% right, it may actually push the price back upwards, and the maximum that we are looking for is near about 30134. Okay, so that's the maximum. If the market actually breaks through this water curve line, then we are looking for downward move into 25309 level. At the moment it is bearish, this is bearish, but water curve overall trend is still bullish, so that is why we have consolidation. But consolidation is a good thing, because if you know how to trade FCP patterns, WNM patterns using Fibonacci, then you know what to do. If you go to the daily time frame, what we have here is that market has given us a short signal, right? And if you were looking for a little bit of day trading or short-term trading, then you would have taken profits here, but ultimate profit target is somewhere around here 27530. But as we are looking at, the water curve is still bullish. That means we should be favoring more bullish position. So this was a very good one. What the color change from red to blue, this was the signal, this was the profit target, and this actually worked out very nicely. And remember, because of the W pattern, we were looking for a short position. So if you went to the 4 hour, you could have taken any of these short positions. This one is actually very good because the water curve also changed. There was a signal, the color changed, and it fell down right into this profit target level. Then there was another one. You see the color has changed to red. That means we should be favoring short positions more. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so this is what we have on US30. Let's look at NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, we were expecting market to actually fall back down into 11552. That's exactly how it has happened. It fell from our level, which we identified few weeks ago, and that level was 12139. Okay, so we were expecting a long move into this level and then short move back into this. Okay, now if I show you the weekly time frame and switch this off, you see the market is creating a double top kind of pattern here, and it could be looking for final move back upwards, because if US30 and SnP500 also start to move upwards, then it can actually also go a little bit higher. So if I go to the daily time frame, what we can see that it is being supported by mid of the Bollinger Band here. That means it is expected to go a little bit higher, possibly to this level, which is intermediate level. So if you're looking for a short-term trade, then based on your confirmation technique, you should be looking for something like this. Okay, and if the market actually breaks through this level of 1152, then ultimately we are looking for something like this, right? But there is an intermediate level around here as well. So this is what we have on NASDAQ, NASDAQ 100. And then let's go back to FTSE 100. Okay, on FTSE 100, if I show you the monthly, still struggling with all these moving averages, right? And it can actually fall back down into this, and I covered that long time ago, when I was covering this few months ago, I think. And if I go to the weekly time frame, last time when we were looking at it, we were expecting market to move beyond this trend line, go upwards into this level of 6091, and then perform a retest and go upwards. That did not happen. The retest failed, and it came back into this zone, FCP zone. And from FCP zone, we were actually expecting market to move down. Okay, that also did not happen, because now the market is giving us a confirmation, sort of confirmation, that it wants to actually go upwards once again. So if I just remove all of this, keep the horizontal levels in there, okay, we are still looking for something like this. So now I should include the FCP zone something like here. Okay, if the market actually breaks through this, then we are looking for 5638. Otherwise we are looking for an upward move into this, and then into this, and then into this. So and sorry, and there is an intermediate level here as well. So yeah, so these levels that we are looking for on FTSE 100. Okay, let's go and check it on here. Okay, first we are going to look at NASDAQ. Okay, where is NASDAQ? Okay, this is NASDAQ. Okay, and if I go to the 4-hour, it has just given me a signal. I mean, this signal was from Friday because the market is closed as of now, but there is a bullish signal, and this is what we were expecting. We just discussed that market is expected to go higher. You see, the overall trend is still down, but we can take long position carefully if we do the analysis. Your analysis always comes first. So we have the color change here, and then we have color change here, but this is not looking a very good price action as of now. So personally, I will not take any of this signal, but if you want, you can take this to go up to this level as your profit target. However, if I go to the daily time frame, this is still looking, oh yeah, so this is still looking bearish here because the market actually falling down. But you see, this is the profit target level, the maximum. Okay, but the water curve can also act as a barrier in the market. So if you were short from here, you should have ideally gone for this as your profit target, because this is still bullish, the color is still blue. Now if the market starts to move, then it can start to go upwards. We haven't got any signal as of yet on daily time frame. On weekly time frame, we had a very good signal, but this was against the overall trend, which was shifted. It never reached the profit target, its profit target. Now it is falling down. So this is again kind of like, confusing, and it is not confusing, but it is more consolidating. The reason behind that is this is bullish, the overall trend is still bullish, but this is the first sign that it wants to go down, but it is simply performing a retest, creating kind of like a consolidation here. Okay, but it is turning bearish. So far it has not, but it is turning bearish. Once the market has given us a bearish signal, then we can go for a short position into this line, which is into this level, which is approximately 9768 level. Okay, then we are looking at UK 100, which is FTSE 100, and FTSE 100 has given us a long signal, but again it's not looking very healthy at the moment, so I will personally skip it. If you want, you can take it, but I'm going to personally skip it. Even here, it is not looking very good. It's simply going down. But if you know how to trade these WNM patterns, there are so many of these WNM patterns, you can trade them very, very nicely on UK 100. There are so many opportunities. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, this was a very good trade. This is also a very good trade. This is against the trend because the trend has changed to red. So this actually kind of like now reaches profit target, but I wasn't expecting it to. This one is good one because there was enough space between this point and the water curve. So this actually reached very nicely. So this is how you can trade this. There was no signal around here, otherwise this would have been a very good trade. Okay, so this is what we had on indices so far. So today we have covered SnP500 and Dow Jones, and we have covered NASDAQ, and we have covered FTSE 100. You know what to do. If you enjoyed this analysis, if you found this useful or informational, if you have found useful for your analysis or for your education or anything like that, then make sure that you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. In the comment section, let me know what you think about this analysis, what was your opinion, what is your feedback on this analysis. And you should also share with other traders and trading communities and express your gratitude by doing that, and share the knowledge with others. Okay, and I'll see you in the next week. Have a great trading week next week. Okay. If you are interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form. Thank you for watching. Find and follow us on these social media channels.